Turner Network Television presents Super Football Saturday Night. Tonight, live from Atlanta, it's one of college football's greatest rivalries. The University of Georgia Bulldogs against the Ramblin' Wreck from Georgia Tech. Brought to you by Buick and your Buick dealer. For comfort, innovation, and a real commitment to quality, it's today's Buicks. And by Bud Light, the light beer with the first name in taste. Everything else is just a light.
In the city of Atlanta, Georgia, it's the most exciting college football night of the year. And all roads lead to Grant Field, where the Georgia Bulldogs meet the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech. Hello, everybody. I'm Lindsey Nelson with Paul Horning here in Atlanta. Paul, it's a case of two neighborhood rivals who really don't like each other.
I think you got it right on the money, Lindsey. They do not like each other at all. They respect each other, but they do hate each other. And I think it goes all the way back when these athletes are in high school. Both these schools really recruit the same athletes for both their institutions, so that rivalry, they know each other growing up, everybody knows, and they love the bragging rights. They love to be able to say, I beat you all year long.
Now, about techniques, Georgia through the years has been very successful with a strong running game and a controlled passing attack.
Let me tell you, Vince Dooley is one of the winningest coaches in college football. Vince Dooley's team really do not lose the game in the fourth quarter. They're a fine fourth quarter football team, and if you're going to beat Vince Dooley, you got to do it right at the line of scrimmage.
And, of course, there's a quarterback playing for Georgia Tech who's very exciting, John Dewberry.
Well, he's exciting. He's cocky. He's self-confident. He really took Georgia apart last year as a junior. He even said he would. He ran one 30-yard for a score. He threw two scoring passes, and he said, tonight we're going to win again.
Throughout the evening, we'll be checking in with Craig Sager and Alec Hawkins for football information from across the country. Right now, let's go to the studio.
It's the final week of the regular season, but I tell you...
7-2-1. And here comes the Ramblin' Wreck of Georgia Tech. Coached by Bill Curry. 7-2-1. In any year, this is the big game. We'll be back in a moment. This is Super Football Saturday Night on Turner Network Television.
Well, this year there's something different to say about Sylvania Superset.
And so it will be Georgia Tech exercising the option, and they want the football. There is the series record. They met first back in 1893. Artificial turf here at Grant Field. When the captains went out, they were backed up on the far side by the entire Georgia team, and so Bill Curry said, okay, sent his entire squad out to back up his captain.
They sure did, and there was a lot of good football players at the middle of the field. You know, I'm wondering, Lindsey, you know, Georgia has only played on artificial turf one time this year, and that was a 13-13 tie with Vanderbilt. Now, they do have an artificial field, of course, down in Athens. They practice on it, but they haven't played too much football on it, and that might be a factor.
The final huddles now taking place with the coaches. The crowd is ready. It is, of course, a sellout. We've had a lot of rain the last couple of days in Georgia, but tonight it's clear for the battle between the Bulldogs and the Yellow Jackets.
Well, I like this campus. It's very close to downtown Atlanta. See the buildings in the background, Lindsey. I know you've worked a lot of games here. This is my first trip to the Ramblin' Wreck from Georgia Tech. And I tell you, when they play that song, you got to sing it, don't you?
Oh, you absolutely do. It stirs them up in a hurry. The crowd started arriving in this neighborhood hours ago, of course, for this night game.
We'd like to welcome our loyal Tech fans.
Keep in mind that the coach of Georgia Tech has really got them back headed for the top. They're on the way to a bowl. Bill Curry. Been here 6 years. Ex-teammate of mine with the Green Bay Packers, who I can remember Vince Lombardi saying Bill Curry will be a fine coach one day, and he could see it. I think Bill Curry knew what he wanted to do very early in life, and he wanted to coach, and there he is.
Just a little sip there to quench thirst. And he's ready now for action, and there is Vince Dooley in his 22nd year as head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Over 70% winning percentage.
Now, Davis Jacobs is going to kick off. Davis Jacobs is normally not the kicker because Steve Crumley is, but Crumley's had a pull muscle, and so Jacobs will kick off with the deep men of Gary Lee and Sammy Lilly. Lee and Lilly are deep. For Georgia Tech. Jacobs puts it up. Take it at the 6-yard line. It is Gary Lee. That's a good back, gets across the 10, and is stopped at the 14-yard line. And it was Jones who made the tackle, Will Jones. And here's the offense. John Dewberry is the quarterback. King and Collier are the setbacks. Pearson and Lee are wide. Lee is the premier pass receiver. There's the offensive line, and Robert Massey is the tight end.
I would look for Georgia Tech to really put it up in the air in the first quarter. Georgia's defense is a very sound defense. You try to run against it, I think you get surprised.
Dewberry is the quarterback. King ahead of Collier in the I formation for Georgia Tech. Motion across. Collier. Got up to the 18-yard line. Corey Collier, 5'9", 193-pounder. And here is the defense for the Bulldogs. Ruff, Williams, Harris, Richardson, and Chubb is starting over there at that end. Mitchell and Boswell are the linebackers.
Mitchell's a good one.
Moss, Williams, Little, and Flack.
And they expect John Little to make a lot of the All-American teams. He plays the rover back in that defense, and he does hit.
Second down and 5 yards to go. Toby Pearson's in a wide right. Dewberry waiting for the snap. King ahead of Collier in the I formation.
He'll change a lot of plays for line of scrimmage.
Collier got the first down, and he gets across the 30-yard line. Corey Collier brought down by Tony Flack. First and 10 for the Rambling Wreck.
Good blocking at the point of the attack out of the eye. I think he may have changed the play here. Here's Gary Collier, 570 yards rushing on the year. He's averaging 4.7 yards a carry. You see Tony Flack, number 8, and he gets some help from Henry Williams, a sophomore, 6'4", 240-pound defensive end. There's Collier.
Massey's come out, that tight end, and Tim Mannion's in there. First and 10 at the 30-yard line. This time it's King. And Malcolm King of Americus, Georgia, was brought down just about at the line of scrimmage.
Last year, John Dewberry picked this Georgia defense apart. He changed about 50% of the plays. We understand the line of scrimmage. He threw for 2 touchdowns. He ran for 1. He is a very self-confident young man.
Got him up there, second and 10 now. Pearson and Lee are the wide receivers.
Outside, big play.
And a loss of a couple of yards on the play with Corey Collier carrying, and first man to him was Richardson.
Try to catch him asleep. A little quick trap up the middle. You're taking a look right there. Jake Richardson, the senior, 6'4", 262 yards. It might have been a change. Little trap blocking up front. Blocking broke down, and a big play by Jake Richardson.
Third and 12 back at the 28-yard line now. Vince Dooley played his football in college at Auburn. He is a native of Mobile, Alabama. Pearson and Lee are the wide receivers. Double to the right side. Even up the running backs, and Dewberry calls time.
I think they had a little mix-up on the outside. Gary Lee was lined up on the outside, and he went back in the slot, so Dewberry took a timeout.
And we'll be back in just a moment. This is Super Football Saturday night on Turner Network Television. Come out of the ball game, and Eric Bearden has replaced them. Third down and 12 yards to go for the Rambling Wreck. The ball at their own 28. Isom is flanked to the right side. Dewberry waiting for the snap. Lee in motion across. Interception. Deflected and taken on an interception by Moss, and Jerry Moss got the football back down to the 30-yard line of Georgia Tech. 20-yard return for Moss, first and 10 at the 30.
Moss got it on a deflection, Lindsey, and John Dewberry, as you see, walk off with the interception. He had his man open. We see Gary Lee going motion right. Now, his receiver was open. He just didn't get it over the linebacker. It's deflected. You see the receiver there was wide open. He would have made the catch. And now it's Gary Moss on the interception. He brings it back 20 yards, and Georgia is in business.
It was Bradley who deflected the ball. Moss intercepted, first and 10, Georgia at the Georgia Tech 30. Jackson is the quarterback. There's a whistle that stops play.
Marker on the field.
A mixed crew of officials from the Atlantic Coast Conference and the Southeastern Conference, and the referee is C.C. Daly of the ACC. There they are. Here's Daly.
Dead ball foul. Illegal
Procedure against Georgia will cost them 5.
Folks, you're going to get a look at a pair of sensational-looking freshman running backs. Tim Worley and Keith Henderson. They have really, they've got 29 touchdowns rushing on the year, Lindsey. And I'm really anxious to take a look at these two kids. Worley's got 577 yards rushing. Henderson 620.
Red Lane to the wide receiver along with Blaylock. And the pitch to Worley. And it was Ted Roof. Roof who got to him first at the 36-yard line.
He's the #1 tackler for Georgia Tech. He leads his team in tackles with 113. As we take a look at Georgia's backfield and their skilled receivers, there's Herman Archie, one of the split ends.
Troy Sandowski is the tight end on the offensive line. It is 2nd and 16 at the 36. Archie and Lane are the wide receivers. That's Lane in motion across. Worley got to the 32-yard line. Again, a 4 is going to make it 3rd down at 12, and Ted Roof made the tackle.
There you see Ted Roof. Watch him in the middle. Nobody took him on. He got the tackler. 2 straight tackles now for Roof.
3rd and 12. Georgia at the Georgia Tech 32-yard line. Archie and Lane are the wide receivers.
This kid's not the niftiest passer in the world, but he throws better on the run.
He's got the ball. Jackson kicks it for no gain. Stopped at the 32. James Jackson stopped by Ted Roof, his 3rd consecutive tackle.
3 in a row for Ted Roof, and I tell you, if he had not have made that tackle, Lindsey, I think it would have been a 1st down. James Jackson made the right decision. Now here it comes, reverse, take to the fullback. Here comes your option. Now he's cutting upfield. He had one man to beat, and it was just a fine defensive play by Ted Roof.
So the field goal unit has come out of the field now, and Steve Crumley is with us. I beg your pardon. It is not at all. It's the punt formation, and it is Chris Carpenter. Carpenter is in to do the punting. So it is Carpenter waiting for the snap now, and they're going to put it up. High trajectory kick, and it's going to be brought out for the touchdown.
For the Yellow Jackets' last touchdown. The extra point is good, and Bobby Dobbs Engineers complete the 1951 season without a defeat as they down Georgia 48-6.
Georgia and Georgia Tech in another year. Now Tech has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Dewberry, short drop, scrambles out, throws back incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 20.
Moss almost had his 2nd interception. Dewberry in trouble. Almost threw another one.
Massey comes out of the game, and Tim Mannion comes in. Assistant coach Dwayne Painter calls the Georgia Tech play.
I tell you, that was a very, very good defensive series for Georgia Tech. After that turnover, they rose to the charge and stopped them dead in their tracks.
Pearson and Lee wide for Dewberry. Got a draw here, and it's nothing for Malcolm Kane. As he is stopped by Henry Harris, the nose man.
There he is, Henry Harris. He'll play the nose guard, then he'll move over on. He'll play head up to center, then he goes over the guard. There he is, Henry Harris. He wasn't blocked. He got penetration. Lost 2.
3rd down and 13 yards to go. Bill Curry, the head coach in his 6th year at Georgia Tech. Lee and Pearson are the wide receivers here. Taken by Collier, and Collier was on the shoulder of Henry Harris.
Harris again.
So a battle of the defenses as the punting unit comes on now, and Mike Snow comes on to do the kicking.
And I really kind of think that if this kind of a game keeps going, Lindsey, that I think Vince Dooley likes this kind of a game. You know, he's been in so many of these, and they always seem to play so well in the 4th quarter. They don't make that big mistake, and they usually let you beat yourself. And he's been doing it for so long. We watched him for so many years, and he is a very, very fine bench coach.
John Little is back to take the kick now from Mike Snow. trajectory.
Beauty.
Fair catch signal goes up, and it's taken at the 33-yard line.
Should not have made the fair catch. She should
So
have.
they'll start 1st and 10. We'll be back in a moment. This is Super Football Saturday night on Turner Network Television.
McDonald's McBlimp. That's Corky Bellinger up there, Lindsay. I had a few libations with Corky last night. He's from Dallas, Texas. And that is the biggest airship in the world. Largest certified airship in the world, they say.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line now. Osborne and Archie are the wide receivers. And there is the defense of the Yellow Jackets, led by Ivory Lee on the nose. He's from Statesboro. Ball carrier was Keith Henderson.
Tacklers led by number 56, Ivory Lee.
Here is the defensive line of Georgia Tech. Swilling, Parker, Lee, and Pike.
And that Swilling's a good one on the defensive left end. And you've already seen Ted Roof in action.
And Anderson and Hogan. Rutland, Travis, Pounds, and Harrison. 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line. McCluskey and Tater in there at the running backs now. Jackson. Incomplete. Fred Lane, the man for whom it was intended.
That pass was intended.
There's a flag down at the 35-yard line. Let's check it out. Looks like they had a little mix-up in the call there.
The pressure, number 91,
Some movement,
Jim Anderson.
part of the offense. You can see Mr. Jackson there. He doesn't like it.
Ineligible receiver is called against Georgia.
Referee C.C. Daly.
It's a loss of a down. Ineligible receiver. We see Vince Louis looking on.
Ineligible receiver. Loss of a down. Third and 15. Lane and Archie are the wide receivers. Jackson the quarterback. Goes a screen left. And it's advanced up to the 29 by McCluskey. Ken Parker was the man who finally brought him down.
I tell you what, pursuit. Great pursuit by the Rambling Wreck defense, and was senior Ken Parker, 6'5", 240 pounds over there. They covered his screen pass. Very good.
4th down coming up, and the punter Chris Carpenter comes in now and dropping back deep to receive it for Georgia Tech.
In punt formation.
Is Malden. Tim Malden back there now.
Chris Carpenter.
Taken at the 43.
Now you see that man right there, Lindsay, number 47. He made a very nice catch. He was playing the short and long on the short-long return for Georgia Tech, and that's very, very smart. You see so many teams just put back one single safety back there, and if the guy gets off a bad punt, it usually bounds, and it bounds forward. Not so for Bill Curry. It was a very good coaching move right there. Bill Curry had a short and long, and they fielded the short punt. Look at the field position.
Ricardo Ingram fielded it. It's 1st down and 10 yards to go at the 43-yard line for Georgia Tech. There is no score in the first quarter. Collier hurdles across the 45-yard line, and it was Henry Harris there. It's at the 46 again at 3, 2nd and 7.
He was stopped.
7 minutes, 5 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter. There is no score. Georgia and Georgia Tech.
So far, both of these defenses have really made the offense earn every yard. Defensive struggle so far.
John Dewberry, who transferred to Georgia Tech from Georgia 3 years ago. Dewberry. And it's complete. Inside the 35 and onto the 33-yard line.
There's a flag down.
Pearson made the catch. There's a flag way back upfield to be checked out. Black made the tackle.
And good old Henry Harris said, let's bring it back. He may have been held as a 22-yard pickup. And they're going to call it back holding.
That's it.
Oh, what a nice pitch by John Dewberry. And he had plenty of time, Lindsay, to stand in that pocket. Good pass protection. Well, what a nice turnaround that is. 30-yard turnaround. Let's see if we can pick up the hold. Watch number 52, Henry Harris. Here you see it. He grabbed the hold of his jersey. That's 67, Sam Brackett. Good call.
Ball is all the way back to the 35-yard line now.
Little triple right. And they've got Georgia a little mixed up with this formation.
Dewberry pumps once, keeps the ball, across the 40 to the 41-yard line.
With the ball, number 11.
Brantley was the man there.
Well, they came right out in that triple right formation, and Georgia wasn't ready for it. They tried to react. And I think they had a little overload situation over here on the left side of your screen. And Dewberry tried to roll out, flushed out of the pocket. He had nowhere to go. Missed tackle by John Brantley, and then Dewberry slips and is hit by Tony Flack.
It's at the 41-yard line now. Curry getting in a little pacing along the sideline. Collier and Kelsey are the setbacks in the ball game now for Georgia Tech. Dewberry. And it's complete. Good for the first down at the 41-yard line. Mannion was the receiver.
Tim Mannion, a junior from Massillon, Ohio, backup tight end, Lindsey. Coming across the middle, picks up 18 big yards and the first down. And John Dewberry really looks pretty good when he stands in his pocket. Right on rhythm. When you see a quarterback throw that quick, when he goes back, sets up, and releases, one thing that'll tell you when you're sitting at home, that receiver is open. A quarterback's not going to throw that quickly unless the receiver is wide open.
First and 10, Georgia Tech at the 41 of Georgia. Isom and Pearson with the wide receivers. Collier to the 39-yard line. Good for 2 yards. Harris made the tackle. It'll be second down and 8 at the 39.
Tacklers led by number 56.
Vince Dooley, the president of the American Football Coaches Association.
Gary Lee, number 33 for Georgia Tech, their big play wide receiver, has caught 6 touchdown passes, Lindsey, and he's getting double coverage almost every time he comes out. But they do give him single coverage when he goes in motion.
Second and 8 here. Contact made on the line before the snap. Marcus Strong.
He's saying the left tackle moved. Let's check it out. Boy, these offensive tackles are huge for Georgia Tech, aren't they? Ivy Meyer on the left side, 6'5", 273. They don't get it. It's going to be called against Georgia.
Cost them 5.
Offsides is called against
Here's
Georgia.
Ivy Meyer, number 71. The other tackle, John Davis, 6'4", 292 pounds.
Second down and 3 yards to go with the ball at the 34-yard line of Georgia.
They're changing the play.
It's again to the tailback Collier. Penalty marker's down. He's thrown for a loss back at the 37-yard line, but there's a marker to be checked out. Brantley and Moss made the tackle.
5-yard penalty. They'll take the play here.
John Brantley.
Oh, it's going to be against Georgia, looks like.
It is offsides, and that'll give them a first down. Give Georgia Tech a first down.
Offsides is called against Georgia.
Defense.
That's the offside, and it's a first down now. At the 29-yard line. First and 10. Dewberry with the football. Goes across the sideline marker at the 23-yard line. Forced out of there by John Brantley.
Your attention, please.
We asked John Dewberry for some thoughts as he comes up over the ball.
Please report to the stand manager in your
Like I said, I'll look at the defense and I'll check a play or I'll auto-buy a play. Depends on exactly what I see. I've been given great latitude in that part of the offense because I have experience, because the coaches feel confident in my ability to make intelligent decisions.
Young King of the setbacks here. First and 10 at the 23-yard line. Keep it inside. And it was King for no gain.
29, Malcolm King, the ball
Harris
carrier.
again was the defender on the tackle.
He was stopped by number 52, Henry Harris.
Bill Curry readjusting the headset. He played here at Georgia Tech under Coach Bobby Dodd before he went to the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, he was a good quick center, Lindsey. He was a fine offensive center. All-American here at Georgia Tech.
Pearson and Lee are wide, double to the left side. Collier gets it down there to the far right. King it is. King inside the 15. That's a first and 10 for Georgia Tech at the 14-yard line of Georgia.
Malcolm King, fine young running back, a sophomore from Americus, Georgia, out of the eye. Just a pitch, little around the left side is good blocking. Good cut back against the grain here, and he goes north and south, and he gets the first down. Picked up about 8.
First down and 10 yards to go at the 14. And it's Kelsey. Kelsey through to the 9-yard line and perhaps the 8. Stopped by Little.
There he is, number 1, Nate Kelsey. Look at this second effort. Good blocking right up here. Now he cuts out over the left side. He just keeps on fighting for that extra yardage.
Second down and about 5 yards to go. The ball spotted outside the 8. Pearson is wide to the right side. Collier got through the 5-yard line.
Number 25.
Bradley made the tackle.
Ball carrier. Your attention, please.
Linebackers for Georgia are not big. Bradley 6'1", 216. Billy Mitchell, their number 1 tacklers. We take a look at Mr. Curry on the sidelines. Bill Mitchell, a senior linebacker, is only 6'1", 219. So Georgia's linebackers are quick. They sting you, but they're not too big. So if they get a man-to-man situation, the bigger man will usually win it.
3rd and 2 at the 6. Easley's in there now at a running back. Easley with the football. He got about a half yard. That's all. Chuck Easley.
The ball carrier.
Harris made the hit.
Field goal.
Number 52, Henry Harris.
Oh, Henry Harris again. Here it is off the left side. Just good penetration. You see number 52, Henry Harris, the nose guard. He slipped around the block and got penetration.
And it's timeout, Georgia Tech. The Yellow Jackets have the field goal unit in, but they called for a timeout.
David Bell was injured earlier in the year. He's returned to kick 6 in a row. He's 6 out of 9 on the year.
$1,000 and a free trip to the All-American Bowl.
It is a clear, warm evening here in Atlanta, Georgia.
I used to hate this when I was a kicker, Lindsey. You know, you come in, you want to go ahead and kick the field goal, and there's a timeout or something. Now you got to stand around you. It's an easy field goal. I would rather them take a timeout at a 45 or 50-yard field goal than a 15 or 16-yard field goal, because invariably one of those nasty defensive linemen or linebackers, a guy like Butkus would say, "Come on, Harney, you'll choke. You what? Don't hook it." You know, they'll always put that thought in your mind.
We have 1 minute, 7 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter. There is no score to this point. Stars of the pass, Coach John Heisman. Coach of Georgia Tech. And it is, of course, for him that the Heisman Trophy was named. David Bell is in to attempt the conversion. And holding for him will be John Dewberry. 23-yard field goal attempt here. Bell's kick. That is good. So the Yellow Jackets are on the scoreboard first. They lead by a score of 3-0, and we'll be back in just a moment. You get a ballot, and are you going to tell us tonight who you voted for?
Yes, sir. I'm going to tell you right now. I wrote it for the kid that we're going to be watching in the All-American Bowl. Lorenzo White.
We'll talk about that a little at halftime.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be Thomas Palmer kicking off now, and Fred Lane has gone back there deep along with Tron Jackson. Lane and Jackson. David Bell has just kicked his 7th field goal without a miss, and he ties the Georgia Tech record set by Tommy Wells in 1960. Palmer will kick it off now. Tron Jackson. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And finally knocked out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Jackson, who was out of action for 4 or 5 games with a thigh bruise, returned that one 57 yards. Wilson made the tackle.
And you saw him kind of slow up after he hit full gait over here on the right side. He really broke it here with a great burst of speed. Now, I think that injury comes into play, Lindsey. You see him lose his balance, but a great return by Tron Jackson of 57 yards.
First down and 10 yards to go. The Georgia Bulldogs in Georgia Tech territory. Motion across. Leave it on the ground with Henderson carrying. Keith Henderson, and he gets it up to the 38-yard line for about 5. Malone made the tackle with Spencer. That's time remaining in the first quarter, with Georgia Tech leading by a score of 3-0.
Lynn Spencer.
Second down and 5 yards to go for the Bulldogs of Georgia. Worley and Henderson, the freshman running backs in the I formation. For James Jackson, the quarterback. Jackson's got it still. And complete. Down to the 23-yard line for a first down to Sadowski. Boy, Sadowski, the receiver, 15 yards and a first down.
They haven't thrown the football too much. The leading receiver on this team has only caught 9 passes. So this is the freshman from Chamblee, Georgia. Beautiful pitch here by Mr. Jackson, James Jackson, and he's only a sophomore, and he's going to be around for a while. Just a nice touch over the middle. Sadowski holds on after a good hit.
7 seconds on the clock, first and 10, outside the 23. Down to about the 22, and Worley was the ball carrier as time has run out in the first quarter. So that's the end of the first quarter with the score Georgia Tech 3 and Georgia nothing. We'll be back in a moment. This is Super Football Saturday night on Turner Network Television. Portions of tonight's game are brought to you by Buick and your Buick dealer. For comfort, innovation, and a real commitment to quality, it's today's Buick. Lindsey Nelson with Paul Horning at Grant Field in Atlanta, Georgia. It's the Bulldogs of Georgia, the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech. Tech is leading by 3 points as we start the second quarter. Second down and 9. And the ball is at the 22-yard line. Their first quarter stats.
Georgia Tech's defense only allowing 1 first down.
Georgia gets it back to the inside. Worley is carrying.
Strong running, 6'2", 215 pounds. Tim Worley.
Ivory Lee made the stop at the 16.
Lost his shoe. He's going to take a break. There's a black streak down the helmet, Lindsey, and that's an interesting story. They call him the Black Watch. Now, you have to be a certain type of football player to wear that helmet. There's only 7 of them, I think, on all these football team. They call him the Rambling Wreck Black Watch.
Tate's in there. They need about 3, and he is driving for the sticks. Lars Tate looking for the first and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ted Roof finally stopped him.
A personal foul over there is going to be called against, I can't pick up the number, I think it's going to be against Georgia Tech, Andre Thomas. He kind of shoved. A little pushing and shoving match over there. Let's check it out. But anyway, the Black Watch, they wanted to get a nickname that would give a little pride to the defense. They wanted an aggressive name, and they said anybody who gets that black stripe on their helmet, they have to be a hitter. They have to really play with reckless abandon. And a lot of pride in this defense if you remember that Black Watch. There's 2 of them right there. Roof, Number 93 and 84 is Ken Parker.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Georgia Tech. Puts the ball on their 6-yard line now. Worley and McCluskey are the setbacks for Georgia. Taken down to the 2-yard line by Worley. Piled up at the 2 by Ted Roof and others.
Tim Worley, the ball carrier.
Good reckless running that time by Worley. He put that 210 pounds forward, almost got in. He's about the 2.5-yard line.
Vince Dooley watching his Bulldogs driving here. Georgia Tech's leading by 3 points. Worley and McCluskey are the setbacks. Penalty marker is jumped by quarterback Jackson. The ball got a bounce there as Henderson took it across the sideline marker. However, there's illegal motion called against Georgia.
Number 14.
Legal motion was called early.
Keith Henderson marked on the field.
Boy, that's a terrible mental mistake. I said that usually Vince Dooley teams, they don't make these kind of mistakes, but here we see it right at the close to the goal line. They come up with the penalty. That's not like Dooley teams.
Declined so that the down counts and the ball is moved out to the 8-yard line.
Georgia.
They lost 6 yards, so they took the play, of course. They were moving. The right guard moved. Oh, it's very close, though.
Ted Roof has come out of the ball game, and Mark White has come in there now at a linebacker for Georgia Tech. Ball is at the 8-yard line, and it is driven down to the 5-yard line by Worley, and he keeps going down to the 4-yard line. That was a 3rd down play. Cleve Pound made the tackle.
Now, we said Vince Dooley does play conservative football, and this is a perfect example. He knows he's got 3. He's got a good kicker. But, you know, 3rd and 8 at your own 8-yard line, that's a passing situation, isn't it, Lindsey? No, sir, not with Vince Dooley. He said, well, we'll keep it on the ground. We might pop it in there for 6, but most everybody who's followed Georgia football, that is a trait of Vince Dooley.
So Crumley is in now to do the kicking. Steve Crumley. He had a pull muscle, and they looked at him work out before deciding whether or not to use him tonight, and Chris Carpenter's in the hole. Crumley kicks, Carpenter holds a 21-yard field goal attempt. That is good, and the score is tied. Georgia 3 and Georgia Tech 3. And we'll be back in track.
On 4th down, Bruce Fisher's pass is broken up by Joe Burson. Georgia, with a tenacious defense leading the way, upsets Georgia Tech 7-0 to hand the Yellow Jackets their 3rd straight defeat of the year.
Georgia and Georgia Tech on another year. So now, Georgia Tech deploys to receive the kickoff of Jacobs. Davis Jacobs will do the kicking off. We started Steve Crumley along the sideline. Taken at the 5-yard line by Gary Lee. Back to the 15 and across to the 16. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line, and the tackle is made by Aaron Chuff.
Gary Lee, they think they found an opening in that kickoff return. They've tried it twice. They kick it down to the left kind of corner and then converge on the ball carrier. And I noticed Georgia Tech runs it like a sweep around the left side. And I think Bill Curry and the coaching staff think that there's a crack in that defense over there, but they haven't been able to find it yet.
You've got Collier and King as he setbacks in there now for John Dewberry. Pearson is pushing all the way across. Dewberry still has the ball. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line. Gary Lee, the man for Emerson intended, number 33. They like to try to get that ball to Gary Lee.
Sure do. Why not? He's a great athlete. Big play man.
Rushing yardage up to now, Georgia 25 yards and Tech 44 yards.
Lee's caught, there you see it, 27 passes for 621, a long of 71. He can run. He's a good runner after he catches the football, and 6 touchdowns, the most by any receiver on this Georgia Tech team.
Dewberry. Screen right. Across the 15. King is carrying. Malcolm King. And it's going to be at about the 27-yard line. John Little, the man who got to it.
And what a nice play by John Little. He came up there, defeated the blocker, and tripped up the ball carrier. All-American, the junior from Lynn Haven, Florida. Watch number 19. Everybody's out in front.
Again, a 12 yards on the play to make it first and 10 at the 27. Score tied 3-3, second quarter. He's in a wide left. Pearson in motion across. Collier throwing across the 30 and up to the 33-yard line. Corey Collier.
Corey Collier, the ball carrier.
Stopped by Boswell.
He was stopped by number 44, Steve Boswell.
Second down and about 3 yards to go for Georgia Tech. Pearson and Lee are the wide receivers. Dewberry pumps once, keeps it, 30. Out at the 33-yard line, the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 3 coming up.
John Dewberry, the ball carrier.
Ruff made the tackle.
86, Calvin Ruff.
Stars of the past, Frank Sinkwich.
Boy, what a great name, Georgia football. All-American for 3 years, Heisman Trophy, Hall of Fame. Led the Dogs to the Rose and the Orange Bowl victory.
He was a good one. 3rd down coming here. Got just across the 35-yard line. Not enough for the first down.
Boy, they hung tough on defense on 3rd and 4. Going to come up short. They have to punt.
Calvin Ruff made the hit, and Mike Snow comes in to do the punting. They have to give it up. He's kicked once tonight for 49 yards. Dropping back is John Little to receive the kick. Vince Dooley has 2 men upfield about 20 yards from his deepest man. Little at the 27, the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line. They'll start their first championships for its student athletes in 19 different sports. 11 team championships are decided in competition for the male athletes, while 8 are crowned in women's competition. Grant Field in Atlanta, Georgia. Score tied 3-3, second quarter, first and 10 at the 30-yard line for the Bulldogs. Jackson giving it off and taken there by McCluskey. McCluskey gets about 5 to the 35-yard line.
All these Georgia running backs will be back except Tron Jackson. McCluskey, Henderson, Worley, and Lars Tate, they all come back.
Tron Jackson, of course, always a threat and missed part of this season with an injury.
Oh, we're getting a low fog coming in here right now, right hovering over about 100 feet over the field.
Jackson with the ball. Pumps and looks back and keeps it and pulled down by a grasp of the jersey as he got to the 33. Ken Parker got to it.
He would have had the first down.
He was tackled by number 84.
There's a couple receivers open. He just didn't have enough time to really look around. He's got enough time to throw the football. Everybody's covered now. Now he's in trouble. Ivory Lee, number 56, putting the heat on. Now watch this. He almost, well, we didn't see it, but there's the low fog I was talking about. James Jackson almost got the first down. Had not Ken Parker stripped him down with that jersey tackle.
It's a foggy night in Georgia. 3rd down and 7 yards to go. And so they take the time out here, charge to Georgia, and we'll be back in just a moment. This telecast is authorized under broadcast rights granted by the Atlantic Coast Conference. Any publication, rebroadcast, or retransmission of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the ACC and Turner Broadcasting is prohibited. The Georgia Bulldogs have the ball 3rd and 7 at their own 33. Score tied 3-3. Jackson handing off, and it's moved now by Tate. Lars Tate across 50, fumbles the ball. Gamble is on, and it's recovered by Georgia Tech at the 28-yard line. Georgia Tech gets the ball.
I think Mr. Tate got a little reckless when he had the big gain, Lindsey. 3rd and 8. Dooley football, 3rd and 8. They ran, and what a beautiful play. He's only a sophomore from Indianapolis, Indiana. He coughs it up, and there's a scramble for the football, and Georgia Tech has it. That's Mark White. Unsportsmanlike conduct's going to be tacked on here. Georgia didn't like it that they gave the football back. Must have said something to the referee, and that's a no-no.
Unsportsmanlike on the red team.
Puts the ball at the 45-yard line of Georgia Tech in their possession. Rutland getting attention from the training staff there.
He's banged up. Starting left cornerback.
John Dewberry, quarterbacking Georgia Tech now at their own 45. Collier in motion outside. Dewberry. Takes it, and it's to the 40, and King. Malcolm King is the man advancing across the 40-yard line. And Tony Flack finally stops him at the 39. A 17-yard pickup.
John Dewberry's pass complete.
Well, they gained about 6 or 7 yards on the screen before. But watch Malcolm King. He outruns his blocking here a little bit. Makes a nice move. Now your screen is setting up underneath. They didn't get out in time. Malcolm King says, I can't wait. 17-yard pickup. Georgia Tech's on the move.
Pearson and Lee are wide now. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line of Georgia. King. Malcolm King fights to the 35.
To number 29, Malcolm King.
Richardson made the tackle. 2nd down and 6 yards to go.
King is stopped by number 19, John Little, and number 99, Jake Richardson.
Curry's got to have a pretty good feeling right now, Lindsey, because I don't know if you're sitting at home, you're thinking, I don't know, I feel that Georgia Tech's a little bit better ball club in the first half so far.
2nd down and 6 yards to go here at the 35. The score is tied 3-3 with 7 minutes 48 seconds left in the first half. Dewberry. 30. Stop at the 30-yard line. He picked up 5. Calvin Ruff made the tackle. It's a yard short of the first down. Now let's pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves.
Calvin Ruff.
It's Georgia and Georgia Tech at Grant Field in Atlanta. 3rd down and a yard to go for the Rambling Wreck. 2 of 6 on 3rd down conversions. Collier and Kelsey are the setbacks.
He's changing it again.
Timeout. Called by Dewberry. Charge that one.
He changed the play to a timeout.
That's exactly what he did. So he goes over for a little conference with the Board of Strategy.
You know, when Dewberry came here, he was a transfer from Georgia. He sat in with Bill Curry, and he said, I'll tell you one thing. Now, this is something for a kid, I think. If I'm your quarterback, he said, all I can tell you is that I'm going to win football games for you.
Well, he won one last year and won it in Athens, and that got a lot of attention.
He sure did.
We were talking yesterday to Coach Curry, who said that although the plays are sent in, that he does give wide latitude to Dewberry at the line of scrimmage, and that frequently he's very late in getting it all done on the 25-second clock, just a second or two, and he's getting it off. 3rd down and a yard to go for the Rambling Wreck. Each of these teams, of course, has the same record, 7-2-1. This is not a conference game. These teams do not belong to the same conference. Georgia Tech belongs to the Atlantic Coast Conference. Georgia belongs to the Southeastern Conference. There was a long stretch, of course, when Georgia Tech did belong to the Southeastern Conference. There are timeouts remaining. And for a stretch, the Yellow Jackets were independents, and then they hooked up with the ACC. 3rd and 1. Kelsey, 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. So the Yellow Jackets keep their drive alive. Spotted outside the 27. Toby Pearson coming back onto the field.
And that fumble has turned it around. Or Georgia would have had the football in great field position in Georgia Tech's territory. Turnovers do hurt.
Gets to the 21-yard line before Gary Moss made the tackle. Corey Collier. Got about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 yards to go.
The longest run from scrimmage they've had is 32 yards running the football, and Collier's was the back in that occasion.
2nd down. 5 to go. Collier's carried 11 times for 35 yards here tonight so far. There in a wing left. Motion across for the wingback. Dewberry. And out of bounds as he crossed to the 19, outside the 19, run out by Mitchell. Got 2 or 3 yards. They're going to mark it squarely at the 20. Back at 3rd and 3.
Well, they've been a good 3rd down team all year long, Lindsey. I don't know how many of those were really 3rd and short, but they've converted 42% of all 3rd down situations all year long, and that's a nice percentage.
3rd and 3. And it's complete. At the 13-yard line, that'll be a 1st and 10, and Gary Lee is the receiver, stopped by John Little.
All right, 3rd and 2, and he went upstairs. He had man-to-man coverage, 3rd and 2. Georgia playing the run. Dewberry crosses him up. He gets a man-to-man with Gary Lee, and he hits him. 1st down.
Davenport and Isom are the wide receivers now for Georgia Tech. Down to about the 2-yard line. Malcolm King. Maybe to the 1 by the time he got through spinning.
Well, he fought for that extra yard that time. He picked up 12. Depending on where they catch it, make it 14 yards. Good hard running. Look at King. Watch his turn now. Black hit him. He's not finished yet, folks.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Kelsey is in at the fullback spot, and Collier's the tailback.
Collier wants it, I'll tell you that.
Dewberry trying to go over his left guard. Stacked up.
With the ball, number 11, John Dewberry.
2nd and goal.
Dewberry lost the football, but he evidently was ruled down.
Harris was the man who met him there. Score is tied 3-3. 4 minutes, 23 seconds left in the 1st half. Kelsey the fullback, Collier the tailback in the eye for Dewberry. Collier didn't make it.
He started his jump too soon, and then he was hit just as he was trying to get airborne.
Gary Moss.
Now watch Collier. You see, really started his jump about the 3.5-yard line. You got to at least time this jump that when you're at the height of your jump, you'll be at the goal line. And your forward momentum will get you into the end zone.
3rd and goal at the 1.
Collier's only 5'7", so he really has to jump.
He's in the left set here. Kelsey's in the right set. Kelsey, touchdown. Nate Kelsey got the touchdown.
They give it to the big kid, 218-pound fullback. First touchdown of the year for Mr. Kelsey. There it is. Nate Kelsey goes over. That's his first score of the year, and I know it's a happy one. He's only a freshman.
David Bell's into attempting conversion now. Dewberry will hold for him. And the conversion is good to make the score. Georgia Tech 10 and Georgia 3. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Charlie Trippi. Great star at Georgia. Hall of Famer in 59. There are people around this part of the country who will tell you that Charlie Trippi was the best all-around running back who ever played in this area.
Oh, he went on to a great career, too, in the pros.
Now it'll be a kickoff by Thomas Palmer of Georgia Tech. As Kelsey, who scored his first touchdown of this season and of his career in college. Lane and Jackson are deep now for Georgia. Not very deep, as a matter of fact. They moved up to about the 7. Bounce down through there and all the way into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Put in play first and 10 to 20-yard line. Fred Lane just watching as it goes across the end line. So with Georgia Tech leading 10-3, we have 3 minutes 28 seconds remaining to be played in the first half, and there was the scoring drive, culminating with Kelsey's dive from the 1-yard line. The big play, King, 12-yard draw to set up the score. Now the Bulldogs have the football.
And they took advantage of that turnover by Lars Tate after that beautiful run for the first down.
James Jackson, the quarterback. He's got the ball, skids a little as he sets up, but gets rid of it. Penalty marker is thrown. Penalty marker is thrown. Keith Henderson was the receiver coming up the sideline. The report is made to the referee.
For number 30, Keith Henderson.
Interference. Offensive interference. Bill Curry.
Yeah, Bill says we'll take that one.
Offensive pass interference is called against Georgia.
That's Dooley said what?
10 yards. Dooley's getting a little explanation.
Awesome down.
Second down and 20 at the 10. Osborne is in there, the wide receiver now. High draw, and it's going to the right side with Henderson carrying. Got it back to the 19-yard line.
There's a flag down. Looks like there might be a little late hit over there.
We'll get this one checked out.
Keith Henderson got the 10 back.
Lee Pounds made the tackle.
Personal foul is called.
Personal foul against Georgia Tech.
That's 15 and a first down.
At the 35-yard line.
There you see Henderson. He's hit. There it is, spearing. He went right for his head. Who was it? 37. That was Sammy Lilly.
First and 10 at the 35. Taken out to the 40-yard line by Henderson. Got about 5, and Swilling made the tackle. Join us New Year's Eve for the All-American Bowl, live from Birmingham, Alabama, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The tradition continues as Georgia Tech takes on Michigan State. The All-American Bowl, New Year's Eve on most of these TNT stations, and Paul's going to be there.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Here's the pitch from Jackson. And it's carried up to the 45 by Tim Worley.
Good, hard running.
Check for the possible first down.
He was hit 4 yards shy of the first down, did a little spin, got the first down.
Harrison made the hit. 1st and 10. Georgia has the ball at their own 45. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Worley's out and Tron Jackson's in there now. Tron Jackson at a running back. Jackson. James Jackson to Tron Jackson. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 45.
A little delay over the middle. Jackson should have caught it.
Trying to give Tron Jackson a little running room. Spring him out there. He's a speedster. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs of Georgia. Tron Jackson comes out and Lars Tate comes in.
Mr. Dooley doesn't like to throw too many long passes. He likes to work those backs against the linebacker. Circle them out of the backfield.
It's Henderson slashing up to the 47-yard line, having crossed the midfield marker, and Malone made the tackle.
Henderson was tackled by number Ralph Malone.
You see that 2nd and 10, 3rd and 8 is not necessarily the passing situation for Vince.
Coming up at halftime, and we invite you to stay with us, the Redcoat Marching Band. Then and now, it's a miracle. And then studio report, the Georgia Tech Band, and horning on the Heisman. 3rd down and 2 yards to go for the Bulldogs. James Jackson got the first down, and more. Look at him go. Tripped up as he got to the 20. It'll be marked at about the 15-yard line. And Crockett, as the man, made the tackle.
Nice move by James Jackson, the sophomore. He's 5'11", as you can see, folks. He's pretty quick. This will roll out all the way. He just tucks it down. Now he shows fine speed. Almost goes all the way here. He's got 354 yards rushing on the year. Picks up 31 big yards now.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Lars Tate to the 10-yard line. Got about 6, and Spencer made the tackle.
Now they're going to have to take a timeout. They've got 2 left. Now they got 1 now.
They take timeout. Georgia takes the timeout. They've got the ball down to the 10-yard line with 1:14 remaining to be played in the first half, and Georgia Tech leading 10-3. Vince Dooley on the phone there. One of football's most distinguished coaches. At Georgia, he's won 6 conference championships, 1 national title. Has taken the Dogs to 16 bowl games. They'll be going to another one this season, to the Sun Bowl. So he's in contact with his coaches upstairs. And Curry looks on from across the field. Bill Curry was on Pepper Rogers' staff for 1 year before joining his former teammate Bart Starr.
Please report to the stand manager in your stand.
And here is Bill Curry on Randy Gay.
Randy Gay's injury and recovery story is the most incredible story of its sort that I've ever been close to. Randy was nearly killed in a head-on collision last summer in a car accident. We were told that he probably wouldn't live through the 36-hour period that's so important. But he's come back very, very strong. The doctors have been amazed by his toughness and his tenacity. In fact, when he was still in the coma and I stood there in the intensive care unit, I was told by the doctors, this guy's going to be all right because he's tough. And that's what he's done. He is really an incredible young man.
On the carry, number 30, Keith Henderson.
Henderson carried the ball. Henderson with the carry, and he's stopped by Parker. And it's getting down there to about the 7-yard line. Less than a minute remaining to be played in the half.
Basic rollout coming here.
Need about a yard. And it's a first down inside the 2-yard line with Tate carrying.
Well, I'll tell you, excuse me, Lindsay, they keep crossing them up with the run when they think they're going to pass. You think that they're going to try to stop the clock, and they go right up the middle.
They take their timeout. They take their last timeout now. The Bulldogs do. They've got a 1st and goal. And that's the time remaining in the first half.
You know, you always wonder about college teams working against the clock in the last 2 minutes of the half or the game. And quite frankly, they're just not as proficient as the pros are. I don't think they spend that much time on it. But some teams do. And of course, your teams like Brigham Young that throw the football are better adept at it. The teams that run the football naturally do not worry about it that much. But now it's very important, Lindsey, because they're out of timeouts, and if they run it and they don't get in, then they're all hurried up.
Bill Curry was talking about Randy Gay, and at halftime, he is the subject of our feature, so you'll hear more about that amazing story at halftime. The ball is spotted just outside the 1-yard line. Just inside the 2-yard line, as it were.
That's a long 2 down there.
It is. McCluskey and Tate setbacks. They're just all stacked up, and Henderson was the man who got the ball.
With the ball, number 30, Keith Henderson.
Keith Henderson.
Now they got to get to the line of scrimmage. Keep in mind, they're out of timeout. Now, if they don't get in, on 3rd down, he's got to throw a pass and stop the clock.
Less than 30 seconds.
He got in, I think.
Jackson kept it and tried to pile his way across. Stacked up. No signal.
Clock is ticking, Lindsey. 14.
James Jackson with the ball.
James Jackson just kept it, went to his right, did not get in.
They got to hurry. 9, 8, 7. It's down 6. They've got to snap the football.
Tried to get in. And he did not get in. And time ran out.
No, there's a flag down. You can't enter on penalty if it's a defensive penalty.
That's right. There is a flag down at the line of scrimmage. No time on the clock, however.
See, Lindsey, they hadn't practiced.
Procedure.
Against
the offensive team, it's the end of the half. Against the offensive team, illegal procedure, it is the end of the half. Or is it? No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The teams that started out, the officials waved them back. He had indicated a procedure, and now he's explaining it further.
See, they had 3rd down, and of course, like I said, most of your teams, if they want to get 3 out of here, it's a helter-skelter deal at best. They could have thrown the ball out a little wide out and stopped the clock, but they didn't necessarily have that in their repertoire.
Back to the 6-yard line.
Dead ball foul.
They're going to get a kick and field goal.
There's a dead ball foul, illegal procedure. They have 4 seconds left, so they can get the field goal unit on. You're right.
Exactly a good call, because on the procedure call, it stops the clock.
23-yard field goal attempt now for Jacobs. Davis Jacobs. Davis Jacobs will attempt the 23-yarder. Now Dooley gets an explanation. Georgia Tech is leading 10-3. Georgia trying a field goal here, which will be the last play of the half. And it's good. It is good, so they get the 3 points and go to the locker room. It is Georgia Tech 10 and Georgia 6. Just got it in, and as they head for the locker, we'll be back in just a moment.
Him at Lowndes County High School knew Randy Gay better than anyone.
If you want to say what kind of quarterback Randy was, you would probably say the biggest thing he was competitive. And no matter what the situation or the occasion, he always seemed to come out and do what he had to do to win.
And winning was Randy Gay's specialty. His first play as a freshman was a touchdown pass. With his enormously talented right arm and football instincts, he won the hearts of college recruiters from coast to coast. There was probably just one person he hadn't convinced of his impending greatness: himself.
Well, I felt good about getting all the publicity and everything, but I never was like everyone else around this neighborhood and thought, well, hey, he's going to be a big-time quarterback. He's good and all this kind of stuff. I never thought about that.
But Bill Curry at Georgia Tech did, and the Yellow Jackets won the short recruiting battle, and Randy's collegiate future was settled.
But everything changed in an instant on this road in from Alabama. A late-night head-on collision left Randy in a coma for 3 weeks.
At first, I had a real hard time accepting it. This didn't happen to me. This is nothing but a long dream. Come on, Randy, wake up, wake up. But never did. And then on a weekend pass from the hospital, I got to come home for a weekend. And I flew home and rode up in the driveway, and I was expecting to see my car in the driveway intact, perfect. But no, it's gone.
And so, presumably, was his future as a college quarterback. His multiple injuries left him unable to walk, unable to feed himself. Randy was lucky enough to be alive. And so began the road to recovery, first in Atlanta, then back home in Valdosta.
How you doing today, Randy? Pretty good. How about you? Ready to work out? Yeah.
I think his background in playing football has helped him an awful lot because he comes in and he gives 100%, and when he's tired, he's still ready to give. And it's carried through in his rehab program.
I'll have a hard time dealing with it if I can't play, but I think I'll be able to deal with it, something that I can accept.
Throughout the healing process, which could take a couple seasons, something special has kept Randy Gay going. A message on tape from his newfound friends at Tech.
This is John Dewberry, the editor of this fine production. We're very much behind you, Randy. As the fellow said, our prayers are extended to you and to your family. You're a part of the Georgia Tech family now, Randy.
In the meantime, Randy's still at home in Valdosta, cheering on his former teammates before a big game, keeping the Golden Arm tuned up, and dreaming of what might yet come to pass.
I plan on going through spring practice again in shorts, and I think it's a little too early to take licks then. It probably is a little too early next year, too. But I'll be out there with them, and if I can never play again, I'll be the biggest cheerleader they have.
In Valdosta, Georgia,
Ron Jackson for Georgia. Bounced down the middle and fielded 26-yard line. Returned to the 30, across the 35 and to the 36-yard line. So that is where the Bulldogs will start. It was Mike Brown who returned it.
Number 49, Mike Brown.
First and 10 now for the Georgia Bulldogs. They have the ball at their own 36, and they are trailing by 4 points. James Jackson is the quarterback. Henderson and Worley are the setbacks. That is Worley. And the freshman running back powers out to the 42-yard line.
Well, I tell you, both these kids run hard, Worley and Henderson. Both freshmen, folks.
There are the first half stats.
Georgia Tech with 10 first downs, Georgia only 6. And I think really the difference is the inability of Georgia to really tie it up inside the 2-yard line. We would have had a knotted score at halftime, 10-10.
Second down and 4 yards to go for the Bulldogs here. Lane and Archie are the wide receivers. They run up the middle with Henderson carrying, and he goes all the way down to the 41-yard line. Anderson made the stop. Got to spot it, I guess, about 42.
Keith Henderson gets 10. Tim Worley got 10 earlier. Watch this beautiful cutback. Got the first down. It picked up 11.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line of Georgia Tech. Tate and McCuskey are the running backs now. Taken into the 38-yard line by McCuskey.
Offensive line, last 2 plays really did a nice job blocking. Hand it off to the up back here, and he moves it forward for about 3 yards. Georgia Tech defense rose to the occasion a little bit better that time.
Second and 6 at the 38. Lane and Archie are wide for James Jackson. Pitch to his tailback this time. And he's taken across the 35 and on down to the 34-yard line. Tate, the ball carrier, stopped by Travis and Pound.
Just typical hard-nosed football by Georgia. Just the way they like to play it. Line up toe-to-toe and go at you. Put those big backs. He's got a lot of them, and he keeps alternating. He's got those fresh backs coming in all the time.
Third down and a long 2 at the 35-yard line. Hockaday is wide. Jackson to his tailback again, running room across the 30 and on down to the 27-yard line with Tate carrying the ball. And Towns made the stop.
Well, you hear so many times, say whoever gets a hold of the football at the start of the second half can really determine the momentum of this football game. Georgia has come out right here in the second half with a tremendous offensive performance blocking, and they're just lining up toe-to-toe and say, here it comes, stop me.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line of Georgia Tech. Tate and Henderson are the setbacks now. Tate got through to the 26 for only a yard. It'll be second down. 9 yards to go. Keith Henderson it was who carried on that play, and he was stopped by Parker.
He was stopped by number 89, Doug Sindobri, and number 56, Ivory Lee.
The Bulldogs of Georgia.
They're not going to throw it. They're not going to throw it, Lindsey, I don't think. I think they'll just keep knocking at the door.
They do. Pitch again to a tailback. Lost to the 20-yard line. Tate carrying there.
But he fumbled the football. I think he's going to go out of bounds close to the first down. Boy, they run hard.
Bring it to the inbounds marker at about the 17, 18-yard line.
So that was a fortunate fumble. He was really stopped about 4 yards short of the first down. Fumbled the football, went out of bounds. Third and about a half foot.
Peyton Henderson got the first down as he moved it into the 15-yard line. Henderson carrying.
He says, what's happening? Where's that Black Watch defense? Fourth in the nation against Georgia Tech's defense against scoring. They've only allowed 10.2 points a game.
He gets Mark White in that defense now. Curry does. On the tail of the tandem, it's touchdown. Tate carrying. Tate for the touchdown.
Boy, what blocking up front. Boy, they went toe-to-toe, and they just annihilated Georgia Tech right at the line of scrimmage. What an impressive drive to open up the second half, Lindsey. First, it started on a good move by one of the up men. They fielded the punt. And, I mean, they fielded the kickoff, got it back to the 35, and they moved 65 yards. Look at this hole. Oh, my. Lars Tate goes in easily for his third touchdown of the year.
Davis Jacobs will attempt the conversion now. Carpenter holding for him. And it's good. And so Georgia drives down and adds 7 more to make it Georgia 13, Georgia Tech 10, and we'll be back in just a moment. Stopped at the 18-yard line.
Returning the kickoff for Tech, number 33, Gary Lee.
Spotted near the 19, first down and 10 yards to go for Georgia Tech. There's a scoring drive. It was Jacobs who had the PAT. Dewberry, the quarterback now for Georgia Tech as the fog rolls in here. Dewberry. Under the left flat. Collier. Out to the 22-yard line.
The pass is complete to number 25, Corey Collier.
Stopped by Chubb. Chubb started tonight in this ball game in place of Greg Waters.
Well, we got a lot of low-lying fog here in Atlanta. And it's right in almost on the floor of the carpet now.
It is that. The first half possessions of the Rambling Wreck.
Illegal motion is called against Georgia Tech.
5-yard penalty against Tech for motion, illegal motion. Moves it back to about the 13.5, 14-yard line. King is the lone setback. Collier in motion across. Dewberry with the ball. And he completed it out there in the back to King, but he was stopped immediately by John Little.
The timing on their screenplay hasn't been good all night long, Lindsey. They complete the pass, and then the linemen don't have enough time to get out underneath. You see the linemen, they come back, they set, they let their man go. Now here's the completion. It's like a screen out to the left. But look at All-American John Little. He comes up, and nobody's there to block him. There your lineman coming. That's the left guard, John Thomas, and he didn't get out there in time.
And that puts the ball all the way back on the 6-yard line. 2nd and 23. Pearson and Lee are the wide receivers for Dewberry.
They're right down in Georgia's end, and they're really screaming.
Dewberry scrambles out to the 15-yard line.
Number 11, John Dewberry.
Mitchell made the stop.
He ran that play last year for 30 yards and a touchdown against Georgia. Little quarterback draw. He got an important 8 yards on that little quarterback draw. It gives him a lot better field position.
3rd and 14 now.
It'd be a big first down for Georgia Tech because momentum has certainly switched in the favor of Georgia. If they have to punt from this spot, boy, Georgia should really have good field position.
Kelsey's come in there now to running back. 3rd down and 14 yards to go for Georgia Tech. Dewberry. Gary Lee was intended to be the receiver. It went through the fog and is incomplete and brings on the punting unit.
Did you see it go through the fog over there, Lindsey? It was intercepted about 9 yards out of bounds by one of the Georgia players, of course. Way overthrown.
John Little dropping back to receive the punt now, and Mike Snow is in to do the punting. He's punted twice for an average of 43 yards. Goes out at the 44-yard line. It'll be Georgia in Georgia Tech territory. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Super Football Saturday night on Turner Network Television.
Well off the left side. He runs that little flip.
3rd and 6 at the 25. Jackson's pass incomplete. That'll make it 4th down. Osborne, the intended receiver.
Pass was intended for number 24.
It looked like he was going half speed on his pattern. Going to try a field goal now. Cassius Osborne, a sophomore from Statesboro, Georgia. I don't think that he knew that the pass was going to come in his vicinity because he was going like half speed.
Davis Jacobs is in to attempt a conversion now.
The field goal for Georgia, number 17.
The field goal, Chris Carpenter is holding. This will be a 42-yarder. Jacobs kick.
Short.
Bounce back, and it is no good, and the ball will go over at the line of scrimmage. Score is still Georgia 13, Georgia Tech 10, and we'll be back in just a moment.
This fight for all that you do, somehow you always come through. You keep it going, your pride's really showing.
And at their own 25-yard line, and John Dewberry brings them up. Collier to the 26. He got a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. And Henry Williams made the stop. That is time remaining in the 3rd quarter here in Atlanta, Georgia.
And in that time in the 3rd quarter, Lindsey, Georgia's picked up 70 yards to Tech's 9 yards, so quite a turnaround.
Dewberry still quarterbacking.
Oh, was he hit?
Hit as he got to the line of scrimmage.
Oh.
Harris, Henry Harris, and Calvin Rupp.
I heard from up here when the guy gets hit like that. I can feel it. Oh. Give him a break over there.
3rd down and 9 yards to go. Isom is in there now. Bug Isom wide left. Dewberry. Incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th. Isom was the man for whom it was intended. Lee was down there too.
A lot of pushing and shoving going on after the ball. There was no flag thrown. Dewberry almost looked like he threw this one away. That was kind of a semi-blitz. You see John Little, he's got his hands up. Now let's see what happens here. Now he's still got a hold of Dewberry. Dewberry says, get off of me. He had a hold of the quarterback. The quarterback didn't like it.
Mike Snow in to do the punting. He's punted 3 times for 38.6 average. Pat James makes the snap.
Well, he got this one.
Little calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 28-yard line. So now the Bulldogs on that 46-yard punt with no return will have it 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Bulldogs are leading it by a score of 13-10. 6 minutes, 58 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Jackson, screen left. Taken by Worley, who goes right on out of bounds. Stars of the pass, Coach Bobby Dodd. Coach 1945 to 66. He's here tonight. There's the record. And what a record.
Good friend of Lindsay's, I'm sure.
He is indeed, and he was here a long time, both as head coach and director of athletics. Hockaday and Archie are the wide receivers. And a little running room, and it's taken out there by Henderson, and Henderson goes across the 50 and all the way down to the 44-yard line. Crockett made the stop at the 44.
Boys, you're going to see these kids a long, long time. I tell you, Vince Dooley's going to be licking his chops. He's got these 2 freshmen for 3 more years. There's Worley. That's Henderson. Look at that beautiful cut. And I'll tell you one thing, you're not going to arm tackle these kids. Look at that little move. Woo! 6'2", 210 pounds from Catersville, Georgia.
Look at that again, and Worley is carrying another freshman.
Oh, somebody got a great block. The up back, I think it was Keith Henderson on the block. If we can see this again, I want to show you how well these backs block for each other. We see that one again. Let's see it. The man up front does the block. Here he comes. Number 30. There he is, Keith Henderson. Look at that block. He just took him right out of the play, enabling Worley to get the 1st down.
At the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. McCluskey.
Number 43.
He moved it through to the 25, 26.
Worley runs for 15 or 20. Henderson runs for 15 or 20. McCluskey comes in and bowls over 3 people. It's Lars Tate's time now.
Got 4 of them that average 212 pounds. And they just keep coming.
And every one of them rush the football over 400 yards.
It's at the 26-yard line. Moves it to the up back again. Taken there by Henderson. Through to the 23-yard line. Parker made the tackle. 2nd and 7.
See, they got out of sync. They got out of rhythm. That should have been Lars Tate's time.
You get a good look there at Keith Henderson. 6'2", 210-pounder from Cartersville, Georgia. Tate and Henderson. Tate. 22-yard line. Stop there by Crockett.
They run much better inside the tackle than they do when they try to go wide because they're cutting, slashing, power-type runners, and when they get outside, they looks like they lose a little of that toughness. They try to get too cute. They're better. They're tougher runners inside. They'll knock over a linebacker.
So now they take a timeout.
Clear bets. That's it. Is it? Is it? Yes, it is.
They did not work out yesterday. Georgia bust here to Atlanta, and they came out about 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. We'd had rain all throughout the afternoon. Didn't dress, just walked around, looked a little bit at the artificial turf, and that was it for the day. Gave us an opportunity to visit with Coach Vince Dooley. We had, prior to that, visited with Coach Bill Curry of Georgia Tech. It's going to be Jacobs kicking off now, and back deep will be Gary Lee and Sammy Lilly.
Now, the way they do this kickoff, Georgia, they move it halfway over. They can kick it right in the middle of the field. You see it, they've cheated over to the left. They moved it over about 7 yards. Now, the kicker will try to angle it over to the left side so that it gives everybody an angle to kind of get them in a corner. He'd like to kick it about 4 yards from the out of bounds on their left side going down and about the 5-yard line.
At the 5-yard line, Gary Lee.
There he goes.
He can go. He can run. Going to cut back here, and he is gone. Gary Lee all the way, 95 yards and a touchdown.
How about that? We talked about Gary Lee being the big play man. Look at he's being mobbed. I've always wondered, you've got to watch out. You might hurt your man down there. Gary Lee, the junior from Albany, Georgia. They called him big play Gary Lee, and you saw why, boy. What a hole down the right sideline. Now, keep in mind, the other kickoffs, they've been running it to the left, right, Lindsey? This one goes straight up, and then he veers back to the right, and look at that hole. And he's gone. And he makes his man to cut back. It's all over. That kicker back there's got no chance. He slipped on the turf. He wasn't going to get him anyway.
The score is tied. David Bell will try the conversion. If good, it will send Georgia Tech ahead, and it is good. And Tech leads by a score of 17-16. There's the hero. The man who took it 95 yards.
And that's going to be frustrating for Georgia. For Georgia, Lindsey. They have completely dominated play here with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's all been Georgia. They've gotten a touchdown and a field goal, but this kickoff return may turn it all around. So we'll get an end zone view of this beauty. Here he comes. I want to tell you, nobody touched him. Nobody touched Gary Lee. Drew Hill was the last man, and you saw that in our pregame. He returned a kickoff against Georgia Sanford Stadium 100 yards in 1978.
Well, we were talking to Coach Curry late yesterday, and he said, now, our man Lee may not be back there every time, but if he is, we're looking for that big play, and they got it. It'll be Georgia Tech kicking off now. Fred Lane and Tron Jackson are back there. Rooted by Palmer. Taken in the end zone touchback. It'll be put in play 1st and 10. Tron Jackson just took it, and it was 2 yards deep in the end zone. It'll be put in play at the 20, 1st and 10. Now let's pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves. This is Lindsey Nelson with Paul Horning in the third quarter. Georgia and Georgia Tech. You see Gary Lee with the towel over his head there. 4 minutes, 25 seconds left to play in the third quarter. And now the Bulldogs trail by a point. James Jackson, the quarterback, give it to the tailback and sit him as they've been doing throughout the third quarter. Lars Tate moves it about 6 yards to the 26. Pounds made the tackle.
Tate was stopped by number 32, Cleve Pounds.
2nd down and 4 yards to go.
Number 30.
Archie and Blaylock are wide. The up man takes it. Gets through there for a yard. It's Henderson carrying. Stopped at the 27-yard line.
Number 30.
Third down to about 3. Jim Anderson made the tackle.
You're going to hear these stands come apart here if they stop them on third down. Short of that first down, his hometown Georgia Tech fans will scream, boy. Got the momentum turned around a little bit here.
James Jackson at quarterback for the Bulldogs of Georgia. And there he goes. It's Henderson. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Boy, I tell you, I can't say enough about the offensive blocking for Georgia. Their lineman, Peter Anderson, the center, and it all keyed off of him, the senior, 6'3", 264 pounds, All-American. Look at that hole for Keith Henderson now. He's over 100 yards and 107 yards on 16 carries tonight.
First and 10 Georgia at their own 48-yard line. 3 minutes remaining to be played in the third quarter. Osborne and Blaylock are the wide receivers. Jackson, James Jackson, little juke, and finally pulled out of bounds at the 43.
Number 14, James Jackson.
Little ad-lib play, mix-up, broken play, actually, and Jackson did the best. Got out of it with the big gain, actually. You see him mix up there offensively, and Jackson just heads upfield. And he makes him almost, uses good speed here, almost gets around here. Cleve pounds on the stop.
And we have a man hurt who's getting attention from the training staff out there for the moment. Ball has been spotted just inside the 44-yard line.
Is that Henderson?
That's Henderson. That's Keith Henderson.
He's averaging, coming into this ball game, he's averaged 6.8 yards every time he's, oh my heavens, I think it's a bad one too, Lindsey. Is that a knee? Yep, I think it's a knee. Whoa, what a fine running back this kid is. A freshman. See if we can pick it up where he got injured. There he is, number 30. There, I think it just slipped. You see him slip, he's down right there. That's just this artificial turf, folks. That artificial turf, you just saw the reason that a kid probably tore a cartilage in his knee off this artificial turf. I hate it.
Second down, about 1.5 yards to go. McCluskey.
He didn't get it.
Did not get it.
43, David McCluskey, the ball carrier.
Jim Anderson was there on the tackle. 91.
Number 91, Jim Anderson.
Third down. And very short. Georgia Tech leading 17-16. Archie and Blaylock are the wide receivers. First and 10 at the 39-yard line with Lars Tate picking it up. There's the ankle of Henderson that they're going to take a look at now.
I hope it's only the ankle. It looks like it's, is that swollen up that much already, for heaven's sakes? Or is it just the angle, that camera? My heavens, look at that. I think he might have had a sprained ankle anyway, Lindsey.
First and 10 spotted at the 40. Now Jackson has the ball, looks downfield, scrambles, still got it, pumps once, now throws. Penalty marker, and it's incomplete.
Flag down, though.
There is a penalty marker to be checked out.
Might be offensive pass interference or defense right there.
Pass interference against the offense.
Yep, pushed off.
Offensive pass interference is called against Georgia.
Well,
15.
Duly elected to throw the football on first down. They have been running the football. That's a 15-yard penalty too, boy, and that really puts Georgia with their running attack at a disadvantage.
Loss of down as well.
Absolutely.
Down in distance, back to the 45. Second and 25. In penalties, Georgia has had 8 for 65 yards. Archie and Osborne are the wide receivers here. James Jackson. Incomplete. Try to get it to Fred Lane.
There's a late flag. Fred Lane, he cried long enough to get the flag. Well, that was a late flag, and that came from about 40 yards from the actual
Marker on the field.
Because that's an important penalty if it is pass interference. Let's check it out. Got it back.
They did indeed. Holding against the defense.
Fred Lane, the junior from Decatur, got his wish.
Ten yards to the 45.
Second down.
And 15.
Georgia first down, not an automatic first down. It's college.
Georgia with the ball at the Georgia Tech 45. 1 minute, 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Archie and Osborne are wide. He'll back. And he goes through to the 38-yard line with Lars Tate carrying.
Lars Tate.
Stopped by Ingram. Time remaining in the third quarter.
Down by number 47.
Good football game here from Atlanta, Georgia. We got a good one tonight.
We do. Georgia Tech 17, Georgia 16.
We have a good one down in Birmingham, New Year's Eve, too. See this very same Georgia Tech team against Michigan State.
Jackson with the ball and throw it. Incomplete. Intended for Osborne.
That pass was intended for number
Fourth down coming up. Travis was covering defensively there.
That penalty killed that drive. An offensive pass interference killed the drive.
Chris Carpenter comes in now. He's punted twice and averaged 30.5 yards.
In punt formation for Georgia, number 6, Chris Carter.
Malden is back there deep. High trajectory again. Fair catch signal goes up. And he takes it at the 12-yard line. First and 10 at the 12. We asked Vince Dooley about defeating Georgia Tech.
Well, obviously, the thing that we have to do is to put some points on the board against the defense of Georgia Tech that has not given up a lot of points. They're fourth in the nation, 10.3 points a game. We've got to get in the end zone and get in the end zone a couple of times. We've got to play the best defense that we've played in some time and certainly conceal some of the things that a year ago that their quarterback Dewberry did a great job of reading our defense. So I hope that we can conceal the defenses, minimize his effectiveness, and also move the football running and throwing and get into the end zone if we have a chance to win.
Dewberry handed off to Collier there. He was stopped by Richardson.
Tell you one thing, if they do all those things, anybody can win, right?
Chances are better.
These coaches got those stock answers. Of course, they ask the same questions over and over and over. What do you expect?
Second and 11 at the 11-yard line for Dewberry. Collier and King are the setbacks. Dewberry. And up at the 25-yard line. It is gathered in there by Massey, Robert Massey.
Big play from the sophomore from Tifton, Georgia. He gets the first down. Gets a lot better field position past that 20. Little rollout. He's got his big guard out front, John Thomas. Puts it right on the money right there. Little inside because Tony Black was on the outside with coverage. 14-yard pickup.
And time has run out in the third quarter with Beechwood age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. Don Lindsay now.
Defensive coordinator for the Black Watch defense.
First and 10, Georgia Tech at their own 24-yard line. Dewberry, the quarterback. Thomas with his tailback and stopped almost at the line of scrimmage. Collier carried.
Georgia's really completely dominated this game as far as yardage is concerned.
In on the stop, number 57.
Georgia's got 315 total yards. Tech's got 158, almost double. And even in the third quarter alone,
Please report to the stand
Tech got
manager
18 yards. Georgia got 162 yards. And Georgia really only cut the lead at halftime, you know, by 3 points.
2nd and 10 at the 24. Quarterback draw and tries to come right and does to the 30 and hits the deck.
With the ball, number 11, John
Ruff was
Dewberry.
there.
Here's Dewberry. He started out of the draw. It's going to go off the left side. Left tackle was in his way over there. That's John Ivymar, and then he goes around the right side on his own and slides in short of the first down.
3rd and 4 at the 30-yard line. He's rushed 8 times for 32 yards. Pearson and Lee are the wide receivers here for Dewberry. And Dewberry is pulled down at the 28-yard line. Well, John Little.
They had a little blitz on, Lindsey. They did really force the penetration right away, and Dewberry's limping on the right side coming up. Watch the blitz. Watch the linebackers. Here they come. Now, Nate Kelsey does a nice job of picking up, but it's forced Dewberry too deep on the play, and then the pursuit just gobbles him up.
Mike Snow is in to do the punting. He's punted 4 times and averaged 40 yards, and back to receive it, John Little. Up into the fog. Fair catch signal put up there by Little, and he makes it at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for 34 yards. James Jackson, quarterback. He's got the ball rolling and looking. Tries the other way, rolling and looking. Goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
With the ball, number 14,
Parker forced him out.
I don't know why they want to throw the ball on first down, Lindsey. Their offense has just looked super tonight when they have run the football. They've run it with a lot of authority. They've had success. Now, the last 2 series, they've come out and tried to throw the football. They do not throw the football well. You can see that their offense is not geared as a passing offense. Do what you do well, and they've really been moving the football in the 3rd quarter. My heavens, they got over 150 yards rushing.
2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line. Lane and Hockaday are wide. Leave it on the ground this time and wedge it up there to the 44-yard line, and it was Henderson carrying. He's back in the game and carrying.
Well, Henderson's got 113 yards. Tate has 100 yards rushing with 12 carries, and they're behind, and you very seldom see that. If you see a team controlling the football, rushing the football, you got 2 backs over 100 yards rushing, almost 400 yards in offense, and you're trailing by 1 point.
3rd and 3 at the 44-yard line. Through to the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 with Lars Tate carrying the ball.
So all they got to do is run the football inside. Inside. Right behind Peter Anderson, their All-American center.
This summer, Turner Broadcasting System will present the event of the decade, the 1986 Goodwill Games, live from Moscow, July 5th through July 25th. A major international sports competition, the Goodwill Games, seen exclusively on Turner Network Television. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs of Georgia. They have the ball at the 50-yard line. James Jackson is their quarterback. Gives it to his up man, and there's a lot of running room for McCluskey. McCluskey on the ground and through to the 38-yard line of Georgia Tech. Yeah, Cleve Pounds made the stop.
11-yard pop. Mac Burrows and Peter Anderson doing the job. Watch the center here. See him to get a standoff block on Jim Anderson, the linebacker. Well, I tell you, they block well, that offensive line of Georgia up front.
1st and 10 outside the 38-yard line for the Bulldogs of Georgia. Driving here. Give it to the tailback this time. Slipped on the cut, Lars Tate. He got about a yard.
On the carry for Georgia, number 32.
Sendobri who made the tackle. Clock is running. That is time remaining in this game. Second down and 10 yards to go.
Still not necessarily. I would not throw the football if I was Vince. The way those backs, 2nd and 8's not bad.
Tate and McCluskey. Tate to the 34-yard line. He got 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 6 now.
Same kind of play. Will get you 4 or 5. If you don't get the first down, then I think Mr. Dooley might think about going for it on 4th down.
White and Pike made the last stop. Georgia Tech leading 17-16. Big third down play coming here now.
For the passing, yeah. They don't do this well. What a catch.
What a catch is right. And it is at the 22-yard line. Sandowski, but however they say, no, no, no.
For number 87, Troy Sadowski.
No, no, no. So that'll bring up a fourth down.
Troy Sadowski looks like he catches the football from our vantage point. As you see, Jackson's got trouble again. Nobody's open. He looks downfield in the last minute. Now there. And this is... he hit it. That's a good call. He did not hold on to it. Then hit the ground.
Jacobs trying a 51-yarder. Jacobs trying a 51-yard field goal.
Well, no way.
Way short. Ball goes over at the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 for the Engineers.
They get in trouble throwing the football. Georgia.
So it'll be at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech, who lead in the ballgame 17-16.
See, psychologically, it's been all offense as far as Georgia's concerned in the third quarter, and they don't have control of the football. Now, if the momentum switches back a little bit, it's about time where we're going to see a little bit more of this offense for Georgia Tech.
Ron Dewberry still quarterbacking down. They're in the slot right, motion back toward the inside. Sweep to the right with King carrying Malcolm King. Can't get away. Loses 2. And it's John Little and Flack on the tackle.
Malcolm King. He was brought down by number
at the 32-yard line.
Tony Flack and number
2nd down and 12 yards to go. 9 minutes, 35 seconds left to play in this game. The annual meeting of Georgia Tech and Georgia. Spread out the receivers to the left side now for Dewberry. King is the lone setback. Dewberry rolling. And it's complete at the 47 and up to the 49.
Guess who? The big play man, Gary Lee. There it is.
1st and 10 at the 49.
15-yard pickup.
Number 3, Gary Moss, and number 19, John Little, held the stop.
Wide open on the right side. He did a little square out pattern. Cornerback over there had to go with the deep man. He was wide open.
Ison's in the wide right now for Dewberry. Tries to take it back, but runs into traffic. Malcolm King does. It was Harris who provided the traffic there.
There's that fog.
King was stopped by number 52.
Low-lying fog rolling in here.
2nd down and 11. Looks as though they're playing this game in London, as a matter of fact. Line of scrimmage is the 48.
The rain is held off, that's one thing.
No rain during the course of the game at all. Dewberry pumps, gets rid of it.
He had to get rid of it. Did a good job getting it incomplete.
3rd and 11 at the 48-yard line. Calvin Ruff was putting the pressure on as a marker. Bill Lewis, the defensive coordinator of the Bulldogs. Penalty is against the Bulldogs and puts it at the 47-yard line in their territory. Offsides.
Repeat, 2nd down.
Okay. 2nd down and 6 yards to go here at the 47. Pearson and Lee are wide. Double to the right side. Collier in motion left. He'll Kelsey. Kelsey to the 35, and Kelsey goes out of bounds.
And it should be a flag over there, too. He was really ridden out of bounds about 9 yards. 15-yard pickup.
At the 32, he went out.
He was pushed out of bounds by number 3, Gary Moss.
Gary Moss, number 3 here. Let's check it out and see if it's a little unnecessary. Now he's out of bounds. See, he shoved him. He was 5 yards out of bounds when he shoved him. I think that should have been a flag. And he's hurt too. He shoved him right into the fence. Kelsey
still there.
Now, this got a little rambunctious. I don't think it was meant as a dirty play, but it should have been 15-yard penalty.
Attention still for Kelsey. And Bill Curry, the coach, is coming out to see about him. Checking with the officials to see if he may come across, and he may. Kelsey is up and moving. Seems to be trying to indicate that he's all right. Went out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Sunday night, for those of you who watch the sports page, a new weekly feature called Kerry's Corner with commentaries by TBS sportscaster Skip Kerry debuts. That's Kerry's Corner on the sports page, 10:05 Eastern tomorrow night.
He is a beauty. Skip Kerry is some kind of beauty, I'll tell you that.
Well, he comes from good stock.
Oh, I love him.
He is the son of Harry Kerry, who has been in this business for a long, long time.
Skip and I did a boxing match once in Madison Square Garden, and I'll tell you, we had some laughs.
8 minutes remaining to be played in this game. Dewberry is 8 for 13, 1 interception, and a total of 80 yards, and he's still the quarterback in there at the 32-yard line. Collier and King are the setbacks for the Ramblin' Wreck of Georgia Tech. Collier backed up at the 30-yard line.
On the carry, number 25, Corey Collier.
2, that'll be 2nd and 8.
Collier was tripped up by number 44, Steve
Boswell made the tackle. This game being played before a sellout crowd. Tickets were hard to come by for this one, Georgia and Georgia Tech.
Collier 47 yards rushing tonight on 14 carries.
Dewberry. Well, he unloaded it. Incomplete down about the 24, but he did get it all the way down there to Robert Massey.
Boy, John Little almost on a big, big sack back about midfield. He would have had him. I'll tell you, Dewberry, an outstanding play just to get away from the sack. You see number 19, that's John Little, Jr. from Lynn Haven, Florida. He's got a hold of him. But he got it off. Now in the pros, that would have been a sack. That would have been in the arms, right?
In the grass. You're right.
In the grass. And I like it much better this way.
Tim Mannion is coming to the ball game now at tight end. 3rd and 9 at the 29-yard line. Collier and King in the setbacks for Dewberry. Dewberry's pass incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th down. Intended for Gary Lee.
Be a 45-yard field goal. Maybe 46.
David Bell is the placement kicker. 46. Dewberry will hold for him. Georgia Tech leading by 1 point. They're trying for 3 more here.
Plenty of distance.
Woo. Good. 46-yard field goal is good. 3 more points.
13-yard touchdown strike to Stan Flowers. The Engineers defeat Georgia for the 8th straight time, 35-0, to complete a fine 9-1 one-loss season to take second place in the Southeastern Conference.
And tonight it's Georgia Tech 20 and Georgia 16 with 7 minutes 5 seconds remaining to be played in this game. The Engineers of Georgia Tech will kick it off from the 40, and Fred Lane is dropped back there with Tron Jackson to receive it now for the Bulldogs of the University of Georgia. Bulldogs are on their way, of course, to another bowl game this year. They'll be meeting the University of Arizona in the Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas. Georgia Tech will meet Michigan State in the All-American Bowl in Birmingham, Alabama on New Year's Eve. And you'll see that on Turner Network Television with Bob Neal, Tim Foley, and Paul Horning. At the 9-yard line, Lane out to the 22. Field goal by Bell for Georgia Tech was his 8th field goal without a miss, a new Tech record.
Led by number 17.
7 by Tommy Wells in 1960 was the old mark.
Now, theoretically, we're down to 7 minutes to go in this ball game. I don't think Georgia may have more than 2 times with the football, because you got to look at it. They move the ball by running the football, and that eats up a lot of time off that clock. So, you know, at the best, maybe 2. If they get it back 3 more times, they'd be lucky. So it's getting down to pressure time, 4th quarter.
Coach Curry out to see about another one of his players, and here's another star of the pass.
Would like to thank the
Theron Seth.
for their participation in the pregame street.
And he broke the drought, responsible for beating Tech after 8 winless years at the University of Georgia.
Domino's Pizza, Barker's.
This series through the years has produced some great football players and some great games, and there is an injury there of a Georgia Tech man. And it is Zendobri.
Plays that inside linebacker position.
So he is coming off, and Georgia will start 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Georgia trailing by 4 points. Mike Travis is doing a little cheerleading. Mike Travis of Georgia Tech doing a little cheerleading and trying to get these fans into the ball game. Jackson still quarterbacking Georgia as a pitch. No gain on the play as it was pitched to Tate. And Tate was hit immediately by Pat Swilling. And for a highlight now, let's check in at the studio. To Tate. And Tate was hit immediately by Pat Swilling. And for a highlight now, let's check in at the studio.
West Virginia and Syracuse. West Virginia marching the length of the field. Time running out. Mike Timko throws a touchdown pass to Grantis Bell. And West Virginia is on top 13-10. Just a few seconds to play.
2nd and 10. Georgia's ball at their own 22. Jackson.
Good pitch, good catch. 35-yard line, 1st down, Lens.
1st and 10 as Herman Archie gathered that one in at the 35.
Just hooked up at the 35-yard line, picked up 13 yards on the 1st down, and we see Jackson on a little roll out right. They're going to thinking upstairs now a little bit more. They're looking up at that clock. They got 6 minutes, a few seconds.
Laylock and Archie are the wide receivers for James Jackson. Instead, they leave it on the ground to the tailback. Got through there at about the 37-yard line. Lars Tate carrying. Clock is running. That's time remaining in the game, and Georgia Tech's leading 20-16.
Now they're thinking pass. They're getting the calls from the sidelines, of course, the plays.
2nd down and about 8 yards to go at 37. Osborne and Archie are wide. Again, the tailback and almost broke it there. It's Henderson, and he got through to the 42-yard line before he was tripped up.
boy, he had the first down and then some. You know, Henderson has been just inches away from a big play all night long, and something just like this has happened. Now, he wasn't really tackled that hard that time. He should have had a little bit better balance there. He just lost it. He wasn't hit that hard to go down.
Jim Anderson, who got a hand on him, and it's about 4 yards to go now on third down. So the crowd is alive. Georgia with the ball, trailing by 4 points in the fourth quarter. James Jackson. And incomplete. That'll bring up a fourth down. That was Herman Archie who was looking up and saw it sailing over his head.
I do not agree with that thinking at all as far as Georgia's concerned. Third down, 3.5. My heavens, they've been just chewing up big yardage all night long, especially on third down. You got those big backs pounding in there, and they throw the ball. No, sir. Ain't agree.
Fourth down, Carpenter's in to do the punting, and Malden has dropped back to field it for Georgia Tech. Tech is leading 20-16. Carpenter has kicked 3 times tonight and averaged 29 yards, but they've been high trajectory kicks. Malden moves over, fair catch signal at the 15, and he takes it at the 14. So they'll start there, and we'll be back in just a moment. This is Super Football Saturday night on Turner Network Television. The 16, first and 10 for the Engineers. They have the ball at their own 14 in the 5. Dewberry quarterback gives it off, taken by Collier, and Collier gets almost to the 15-yard line. We want you to know that Paul Hornung's friends will be gathering in New York on Monday night to celebrate Paul's election to the College Football Hall of Fame. Then Tuesday night at the Waldorf Astoria, Paul will be among the group of outstanding footballers inducted into the Hall of Fame. Paul will respond as the spokesman for the group. It's going to be a marvelous occasion. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
And Lindsey's going to be there to give the principal address, and I'm happy about that. It is going to be something I hope I'll never forget, and I know I won't.
I'm sure you won't. It's going to be a great night. Second down play coming here in 10. Right out to the 21-yard line by Malcolm King.
On the carry for Georgia Tech.
And that's the most important 8 yards they picked up all night long, boy. If they can get a first down, they can cut another minute and a half off that clock.
Oklahoma beat Oklahoma State by a final 13-0. And here is LSU 24, Tulane 13 in the fourth quarter. And West Virginia 13, Syracuse 10 in the fourth quarter. Third down and 3 yards to go here for Georgia Tech. Clock is running. That's time remaining in the game. Dewberry rolling.
He's got the first down.
It's very close. Calvin Ruff forced him out. So they'll get it marked here, and the referee takes a long look across the field. Says, clear my line of vision there, if you will.
Come on over. Listen to the measure, he says. Take another look where he stepped out. Very important to where the mark is here. If he got up to the 25-yard line, he is... Left foot is not out of bounds. Well, that's a pretty good mark. I don't think he made it up to the 25. Boy, first down is so important here.
Inches short it looks. The referee is taking a careful look. And they'll use the chain to spot it if he didn't make it. I don't think he did. That's what they're doing. They're using the chain to spot it at the inbound marker. They have to punt. After punt it, it's a happy Georgia gang. The Bulldogs want the ball. 3:28 left to play, and Georgia Tech leads 20-16. We want to offer our thanks to WRFC, the Georgia Bulldog Network, for the use of Larry Munson's call in our opening piece tonight. Here's the punter coming on. It's Mike Snow, and John Little has dropped back. Our thanks to spotter Bill Field and statistician Elvin Lindblad, of course. And from the University of Georgia, to Director of Athletics and Head Football Coach Vince Dooley and his staff, Assistant Director of Athletics and Sports Information Director Claude Felton. And at Georgia Tech, to Director of Athletics, Dr. Homer C. Rice, Head Football Coach Bill Curry and his staff, and Director of Athletics and Media Relations, Norman Airy, and SID Mike Finn. Snow waiting for the snap. Little calls for the fair catch for Georgia, makes it at his 43. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 43, 34-yard punt, no return. We'll be back in just a moment. And so the season comes down to this. Georgia Tech 20, Georgia 16. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining to be played in the game. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They have it at their 43.
Georgia Tech has not won 2 in a row since 1970-71.
Gets just across the 45. Henderson struggling there, and Ken Parker made the stop.
Got to get in and out of the huddle now quickly. It's very important to preserve as many of those precious seconds as you can.
2nd and 8. Across the 45.
And if they do make a first down, remember they stop the clock till they move the chain.
James Jackson, the quarterback. And contact at the line of scrimmage before the snap.
Tight end way across the line of scrimmage. Troy Sadowski.
Illegal procedure is called against Georgia.
Watch at the top of your screen. Tight end moves. There he goes. Saw the defensive man move, but the tight end moved way across the line.
It's at the 41-yard line. 2nd and 13 here now. Wind them up, says the referee. Jackson.
Green.
Incomplete.
Yeah, they don't throw the football too well.
That pass was intended for number 81.
Intended for Herman Archie, and it was Travis covering.
Depending on the play for Tech.
Don't throw too many people out in that pass pattern either. There was only 2 men out that time.
3rd down play coming here.
You need more receivers out in a pattern when you're trying to throw the football, especially when you're behind.
3rd and 13 just across the 40. Jackson is 4 for 10, 29 yards. 1 for 4 this half. Jackson. Incomplete. Intended for Hockaday. That'll bring up a 4th down. Rutland covering.
Hope for a miracle now. Gonna punt.
Chris Carpenter, the punter. Dropping back there is Tim Moreland. Carpenter's punted 4 times for an average of 33, but we repeat, he's been hanging them high.
Tech fans are going to get loud now. 2 fine punters we've been witnessing tonight.
Carpenter gets it off. Moreland calls for the fair catch. And gets it at the 27. So they'll start 1st and 10 at the 27, 32-yard punt and no return. Georgia Tech leads by 4 points, 2:28 left to play, and they have the ball. And they have it at their own 27-yard line. Bill Curry. In his 6th year as head coach of the Engineers of Georgia Tech. Collier and King are his setbacks here for Dewberry. Collier.
No mistakes now, no fumbles, and Georgia Tech got its 2nd win in a row over Georgia.
Harris made the stop, lost it 2, 2nd and 12.
Henry Harris.
We're going to have to use a timeout. They've got 2 left, Georgia. The next play, they've got to use a timeout.
Inset lower left is the running clock. Hanging down now to 2 minutes left to play in the game. Dewberry up ready to take the snap. Oh my. Somebody started far ahead of the snap. John Davis, I think.
Davis looked up for the first time and didn't see anybody there, and he knew he was going to have the downfield blocking assignment. He was so anxious to get that big body moving. You watch over the right tackle. Nobody's over there on the right side. The defense is overshifted to our left. There he goes. Nobody's there. Don Davis, 292 pounds coming off that football.
Penalties, Georgia 10 for 75 yards and Tech 7 for 66 yards. Second down and about 17 yards to go at the 20. Dewberry gave it to his up man who got nothing.
Now they got to take a timeout.
King was the carrier.
Number 29.
They're not taking a timeout.
Richardson made the stop.
They should take a timeout. They're wasting one here. They've got to take it. Oh, they wasted. They wasted. No, they're still letting them run down. I don't agree with this. They got 2 timeouts. They're going to, by the time the play gets off, it's going to be under a minute.
3rd and 21.
No chance. I would have taken my 2 timeouts and made them punt with a minute 40 seconds on that clock. It's going to be way shorter than that when they get the ball back.
Dewberry still has the ball. And he hits the deck at the 13-yard line. 49 seconds left in the game.
With the ball, number 11, John
what good is the 2 timeouts when you don't have any time on the clock?
Exactly. 49 seconds on that clock. Punting unit is on now, and Mike Snow will do the punting.
Now they take a timeout.
John Little is going back deep to field it.
And I think you might see everybody going after the punter.
I should think so. Lining up back in the end zone is Mike Snow. That's Heath. That is Little, the deep man. He's all the way across the 50 and back to his own 47. Snow has punted 6 times and averaged 39.7. His long is 49. Pat James makes the snap in deep punt formation.
Following tonight's game, please stay off the playing field.
Seconds remaining. Paul Horning and I certainly want to offer our thanks to all the TBS crew.
Every one of them. It's been a great year to work with these people down here, and it's fantastic. It really are.
Just a great, great season, and our thanks to each and every one of you.
Cameramen, producers, directors, people back in the studio. Here comes the going after the kicker. Oh, 54 pulled off. He could have blocked it.
Almost good. Little has the ball now at his own 49. He was pushed back. So it'll be about midfield.
I tell you, if we run, we're going to run this back. I think they could have blocked the punt. If 54, we'll get his name in a minute. That's Vince Guthrie, a linebacker, pulls off. You see him pull off? If he would have just made up his mind to go after the punt, I think he could have gotten a piece of that. Another low angle. Now there it is. Now watch. See, he just pulled up. You see that? He's close enough. Listen, you got to play reckless football there. You're going into the punter.
First and 10 at the 50. 38 seconds on the clock, which just started on the snap. Jackson brought down from behind. The ball got away, and the scramble is on at midfield. The crowd has gone wild here. It was Anderson who got the ball for Georgia Tech. Anderson has recovered it at his own 49-yard line. Clock says 29 seconds left, but the Engineers have the football. Georgia Tech leading 20-16.
This place is going crazy.
They'll just take the ball and hit the deck now. Dewberry hits the deck. And the clock runs.
2 in a row for Georgia Tech.
And now they stop it again. Georgia takes its final timeout with 23 seconds left to play in the game. It is not a happy time on the Georgia sideline. They, of course, will be going to the Sun Bowl. It is a happy time for Bill Curry. His team will be going to the All-American Bowl, that you'll see on Turner Network Television. The executive producer for TBS Sports is Don Ellis. Tonight's game has been produced by Michael Lardner, directed by Tom Smith. Technical director, Mark Johnson. Associate director, Ken Nolan. Associate producer, Bill Thomas, and the rest of the fine TBS crew. Grant Field is in a bedlam right now, because all the engineers of Georgia Tech have to do now is just run out that clock. It starts on the snap. They hit the deck, and that's that, because only 23 seconds remaining. They need not snap it more than once. Clock starts, that's it. And so that will have done it. And so now they just wait for the clock to run down. And the Georgia Tech players are out there in high jubilation.
They love it.
7 seconds, they're counting it down. Down to 4. Georgia Tech has run 2 in a row over Georgia, and the game is over. And the final score is Bill Curry gets a ride off the field, and there is Vince Dooley coming out. The final score is Georgia Tech 20 and Georgia 16. And we'll be back in just a moment.
You'd have to buy a separate one.
Bowl, New Year's Eve on most of these TNT stations. Tonight's game has been brought to you by the U.S. Armed Forces. It's a great place to start. By BMW, the ultimate driving machine. To arrange a thorough test drive, simply phone your nearest BMW dealer. And by Budweiser, Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you.
By the Commodore 128 personal computer, a higher intelligence at a lower price. By Kodak Color Watch System for bright, vivid color prints time after time. And by CNN, the world's most important network.
The blimp bringing us the aerial shots tonight, provided by McDonald's. Final score 2016 Georgia Tech. And now let's go to Craig Sega and Alec Hawkins in the studio.
Georgia Tech was able to stop the Georgia offense. Looks like we're going to have a great bowl game when they take on Michigan State.
Yes, sir. Congratulations to Bill Curry, who beat Vince Dooley on his own game, the kicking game.
Tremendous game by Tech. Our congratulations, of course, out to everybody there. We have a final for you. LSU has won. They have defeated Tulane 31-19.